Hi guys, welcome back. Okay, so this one we're doing is Have You Lost Them? So this can be anyone. I am going to use this deck. Yeah, this could be anyone. So have a think about you, think about your person, number one and number two. Yeah, have you lost them? 1 and 2. So as always, at the moment we're going off the posts on Instagram. If you haven't found me on there, it's just mysticlovetarot. There's a collective reading post and everyone's having their say. It's got like 60 odd comments on it. I'm getting into my collector's energy deck number 1. So we're going to go into your energy, we're going to go into the person's energy that you're thinking of, and we're going to pull out the strongest mutual energy between you all. So can you get me into deck 1? Ow, deck 1's collective energy. I stopped taking my vitamins for my hands. It's probably the worst idea ever. Okay, and can you get me into my collector's thoughts, feelings, energy, emotions and thought processes? And then can you think about your person? Can you get me into their person's overall thoughts, feelings, energy, emotions and thought processes of the person they're thinking of? And can you pull out the mutual energy between them all? So as always, it works on the mutual energy. So the strongest energy between you all is going to come forward. So if anything doesn't resonate, just remember it for later, because it is most likely to come up later. It normally does. Okay, can you get me into, can you tell me please, have those who are watching deck number 1, have they lost their person? Have they lost their person? 1, 2, how many do you want? 9. Have they lost their person? 3, 4. 5. Oh God, they're everywhere today. 5, 6, 7, and cover the overall outcome. 8, 9. Okay, so at this point in time, it's feeling like everything, you're feeling really heavily burdened, you're feeling really weighed down, you're feeling like everything has got on top of you. Some of you are feeling like you're doing 2 steps forward and about 3 steps backwards. Some of you, someone from your past has returned into your current energy as well, and that doesn't necessarily mean your person, but that has made your head go a little bit more Pete-tong. Reason for that is a lot of this is coming up to be purged as a part of Venus retrograde and to work out where it is that you want to be going. Now, if that hasn't happened yet to a lot of you, the next couple of weeks can be quite interesting for you. It's going to throw your emotions out. I know that's nothing to do with your person, but this is just someone from your past. It doesn't necessarily have to be a lover, it could be a friend, it could be family, it could be anything along those lines, but someone from your past will be returning. Those of you that haven't had that, you are still up and down with the energies at the moment. 1 minute you're like, yes, I'm on top in the world, I'm high vibration, the next your vibration is going down. We've got to shift your energy back within to that vortex. You're flagging up lots of memories and things that have happened from the past, and you're feeling this longing. A lot of you are feeling this longing and yearning and this pull towards a person. Some of you are having family issues on top, Spirit is saying. Try to take people's opinions as judgments and don't take it into your energy. A lot of people in this world are full of judgments when they don't get their own way. And those judgments are just their interesting points of view. They've just got a point of view on it, so don't take it into your energy. It's not worth it. So you are currently thinking back to your memories. Your person is having this period of rest and you're kind of mirroring that energy. They're trying to get their head in order. You're trying to get your head in order. You're thinking more back to the past. They're focusing more in the present, working out what direction they're meant to be going in. You feel like they've gone away and they are focusing on their heart-centered emotions towards you. So they are starting to think more with their heart, whereas you're starting to think, oh God, I'm ready to give up. This is taking forever. And that's where your energies are clashing at the moment. So you're kind of mirroring in the respect of the way you're looking back, but where you are at this present time, your energies are mirroring with that, mirroring with that energy. Your person is not lost. A lot of them are having their own kind of shit that they have got to deal with and being told, especially those that kind of come back from the past. A lot of them have been going through this kind of period of turmoil, realising what they've done and realising what they've lost. This isn't just the people that aren't your person, this is your person as well. They're realising what they've lost and it's freaking them out a little bit because they're suddenly in this fear of it, which is why the moon card is coming up. They're wanting to reach towards you, they're wanting to make contact with you, but there is a block, and the block is that they are feeling that they're crying over spilt milk, that they've made the worst of this situation. They have made this situation worse. Sorry, that came out dead and muddled then. They have made the situation worse. They want to reach out to you. it's just they've got to get their thoughts in order, and you've got to keep going and working through your stuff, which is what you are doing at this point in time. So you're doing a great job. Keep up. I'm dead proud of you. They are watching everything that you are doing with the Page of Swords. They are watching what's going on. They are watching your social media. They are trying to slice through all the fears and things like that to find their way back towards you. But they haven't quite got there yet. And again, that fear of what they've done, what's actually happening within their life, and they are not good enough, is what's kind of overtaken everything. A lot of them, if you weren't in a relationship and it's a friendship, a lot of them have had feelings for you that you weren't sure about, and that's caused this whole big issue as well. Between you all, because there has been this lack of communication between what's been going on and what's actually been happening in their heart, and they haven't been honest with you, and obviously you've just jumped and everything's kind of happened and turned into this big mushy situation, and it's become really, really complicated. So that's where the energy is. You haven't lost them. They're working it out with the Seven of Pentacles, and with the Ace of Pentacles they will come back to you once they are more stable, but they've got to work through all these fears that are being highlighted and illuminated, I'm hearing, at this point in time. They are struggling to see the light at the moment, and that's not just with regard to you, that's with regard to a lot of their aspects in their life. Everything has just kind of got on top of them, and they have all these fears that are around them, and it's like they're standing in a room and everything is spinning around them and they can't grab a hold of it. They don't know what they're meant to be doing, so they're just waiting and doing nothing. But that doesn't mean you've lost them. It just means that they have got to focus on themselves to sort their stuff out at this point in time. And whilst you're working through the longing and the yearning and the missing of them, you're doing a great job standing in your power. That is then reflecting onto them, and they are trying to get up and up and up into that same energy as yours. And once that energy meets with your energy, you're going to merge in the middle with it. But for now, it's just gone this kind of little separate ways for the time being. Don't panic. Let me just get a couple more for you. Can I just have a few more for deck number 1, please? It will turn around. It's just got to be at their timing, not your timing, that it turns around. A lot of it has been karma. Some of them have had, you and them have had, you don't have to be in a karmic relationship to have karma, but karma does happen as part of the divine relationships, because we live so many lifetimes with someone that karma becomes a steady part of it. So it has been, a lot of it has been clearing karma. There has been a few arguments between the two of you, and if that hasn't been between the two of you, that has been within your head and your heart, and trying to work out what the mutual ground is between you all. So a lot of you have cut contact, or they have cut contact with you. But don't panic, because there is returning. You've got to ride through these feelings of heartache. This is just staring at the top of me. Ride through these feelings of heartache. Get to your Ten of Cups energy, the returning of them, the merging of your energies. It will happen. Average timing on this between you all. And now this isn't just lovers. So this is a mutual energy between everyone watching and the person they're thinking of. So this was around 2 to 3 months. Now this could be 2 to 3 months since the situation started, or it could be 2 to 3 months from now. And again, that's your mutual timing. Some of you it will be less, some of you it will be more. But your mutual timing for your person to come back is that time. But they have lost themselves more than lost you. Sorry, the camera's a bit dodgy. They've lost themselves more than they've feeling about losing you, because so much has happened within their lives that they've just suddenly hit this brick wall, and they're just standing there. Again, everything's moving around them and they can't grab a grip of it. So they feel that they've lost themselves, and you're feeling that they've lost you, but they will turn to you because they need you to help them put the pieces back together. That's deck number 1. It's quite sad, really. It's got quite a sad energy to it. Make sure that you are returning to sender, because you are picking up on your person. A lot of you being psychics and empaths, etc. Say return to sender 3 times, send the energy back. It's not going to do any harm. It's just when we are sponges and we take on other people's energy, so we turn into this big sponge full of water of thoughts and emotions of other people. And if you just say return to sender 3 times, it returns it back to them without getting into your energy. It normally takes me about 5 minutes to lift. Some people it takes quicker than that, but just make sure you're doing that, because they are in this dark place, they are in this heavy place, and they will come to you because they need you, and you're their rock. Deck number 2, 913. Can you get me into my collector's energy of deck number 2? It's quite sad, really, deck number 1. Can you get me into my collective deck number 2? Ooh. Collected number 2. So as always, it's going to work on the strongest mutual energy between you all. It doesn't have to be just lovers, it can be friends, it can be family. I was saying in deck 1, a lot of people who isn't the person that you're thinking of are returning from your past. So just be aware of that. If suddenly you get an unexpected call from some people that have been in your past, trying to check up on you and things like that. Just be aware of that, because that's Venus retrograde, which will throw you all a little bit out of kilt. Your emotions have been up and down the last few days as well. But those mutual messages is for deck 1 and deck 2, so I need to let you know that. Okay, can you get me into their thoughts, feelings, energy, emotions and thought processes? And then can you think about your person? Can you get me into their person's energy, their person's thoughts, their person's feelings, their person's thoughts, feelings, energy, emotions, thought processes? That's all we need for deck 2. And then can you pull out the strongest mutual energy between everyone watching, please? So obviously if anything doesn't resonate, remember it, because it's your mutual energy between you all, the strongest energy that runs within your cards between everyone's circumstances. Okay, let's get 9 cards for you as well. Can I have 9 cards for deck number 2? Is their person lost? Have they lost their person? 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this deck is kind of being split between the two of you. The way Spirit have just shown me is this clairvoyant image of this side is you, this side is them, and the mutual energy running between the two of you is down the middle. So it's funny how they always show me and how it all sets up. So at this point in time, you are in fear of the situation. You are worrying that this person has gone forever, and they are trying to weigh up their head and their heart over the matter. Their emotions towards you are a little bit, not sour, but they've gone a little bit peaked on. They've gone a little bit astray as the situation has kind of progressed. They've tried to weigh up their choices and decisions, and they're feeling like they're standing in this highlighted centre at the moment, knowing that they've got to make a choice on it. But just kind of weighing up their choices, weighing up the decisions. This person has got 2 sides to them, the side that they show you and the side that they don't show you. Sometimes they have worn this mask in front of you to kind of hide what's actually been going on in their head and their heart. A lot of them have got issues with childhood, I'm hearing as well, and some of them had difficult teenage years. At least one of them was in young offenders. Out of all of you watching, I just had a young offenders picture. The Devil card here is your energy. You're feeling like your heart is kind of being ripped out at the moment. You're not sure what direction you're meant to be taking. Every time you try to move forward, you feel like you're being pulled backwards with this red ribbon around your throat. You're missing this person immensely, and you're trying to move forward in your strong power, into your strong feminine energy, but you just feel like you're tied whichever direction you go. You're also a mixture of emotions, because one moment you're like, I love you, I miss you, I want to be with you, or you're the best friend in the world, what has actually happened, I don't understand. And the next moment you become quite upset and fed up and miserable. And I wouldn't go as far to say, oh, I hate you, you arsehole. But it's that kind of energy. You're not exactly best impressed with the situation, because they're trying to work it out and you're just feeling like everything's just gone ugh, and you don't actually know what's going on. You're in the grey area, nothing is known. You're both mirroring the heartache. You're both hurting from the situation. Your lower chakras are blocked. Please do a chakra cleanse. They are going to make ways back to, there is going to be a situation that happens, with the Ace of Swords that's going to make them come back towards you. And with the Creator of Candles, this is suggesting that there's some kind of manifesting going on, and the universe is listening to what's actually happening, to what you're saying, and your prayers are going to be answered. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean a bad situation. It doesn't mean anything like that. It just means that there is some kind of situation that's going to happen that is going to bring them back towards you, so you know they are not lost. It could be any situation. It could be something to do with work. It could be something to do with where they are. It doesn't have to be bad. It could be a wedding. It could be anything like that. But the manifesting that you are doing, and even though those of you who aren't consciously manifesting, those of you that are subconsciously manifesting, are bringing this situation into fruition, which means that this person can come back towards you. You're both hurting at the moment. And that's where your mutual energy lies. You are actually kind of working together with that, because even though you feel that they're running, you're doing your work, they're doing their work, and so you will meet in the middle. Your grounds are going to be meeting in the middle with the Ace of Cups. They are in conflict over the situation. You are standing in your power. Your energies are very mixed up. You're not necessarily mirroring in a sense of situation wise. You are mirroring in a sense of emotional wise, how your emotions are playing out. When they do come back, try not to mother them in the nicest way possible. Don't tell them what they need and what they're this and this and that and this and that, because you'll make them run away. And that's kind of the conflicting energies within it. They're frightened of you trying to come back and change everything about them when they don't even really know who they are at the moment anyway. Now, that's not all of you, that's just some of you. So just bear that in mind. They are looking towards you as a stable figure. They are looking towards you with that you have this kind of strength, but there are people on their side that are peer pressuring them as well into making certain choices. And these choices are running deep, I'm hearing as well. They will stand their ground with these people. And they will communicate what they actually feeling. The heartache of the top of the card is above them, so they do this longing, and this yearning is mirroring on between the two of you. They're trying to work it out. Some of them are involved with someone else, which has made the situation more complicated. Those of you that your person isn't involved with someone else, they're just trying to get everything back into some kind of perspective. Everywhere they're looking, it feels like there is it's raining outside. They've got so many different options and so many different choices and chances that are ahead of them, and they are being pulled back by their emotions. That's what Spirit are saying, which is fine, but they've just got this big block in the way at the moment of trying to get back towards you. They do keep pushing forward. They do keep trying to get forward towards you, and once they start working it out, this is when the movement will start happening. You, on the other hand, are working things out from a different perspective. You're working it out from a spiritual perspective. They're working it out from a more earthly perspective. You're trying to understand it more from a divine point of view. They're trying to understand the energies from an earthly point of view. So you, again, that is that aspect of mirroring. So the emotions are mirroring. The working the situation out is a mirroring effect. They're telling me that this is Spirit are telling me this is a relationship that goes back centuries and centuries and centuries for the majority of you. Past life regression might help you to try and clear that energy up. Just be aware of that. Spirit are shining the light on you, so most of the time you're feeling it from a higher perspective. You're getting your 2 coffee cups down every morning. If you're not, start doing that. Bring them back into your life. They are working it all through, and it's as Spirit is saying, they need time for this to grow. We're going back to the plant analogy. They're showing me a plant, going back to watering the plant and looking after it. Again, it's an outside plant. It doesn't need they are an outside plant. They don't need mothering. They need water, they need sunlight, and they need to do it on their own. Whereas if they're an inside plant, you'll be nurturing and loving them. At this point in time, that's not what they need. They need to be the outside plant, working through it on their own. And that is what they're doing. And once they do that, the path is paved for them to come back towards you. They are a little bit lost, but you haven't lost them. This is just time out, and it's needed time out. This situation couldn't have carried on the way it was. It wouldn't have been healthy for anyone involved in it, and that's not just you and them. It's been building and building and building for a while, and it's had to have this downtime. The mutual timing on it, there isn't one between you all, because your situations are all very, very different, and there isn't a relevant time in between you all that's strong. You'll all be at different time frames, and you'll all be at different areas of this. But what has to be true is what has to be done is in their time. They've got to work all of this out in their time, so no amount of pressurizing them is going to help them change their mind. So just be aware of that as well. Take the time out, give them the space, give them what they need, and that will come back around. But you haven't lost them. They've just got to take this time out now to work through what they want. And that's step number 2. So if you want to book a private reading, email mysticlovetarot@gmail.com. If you want to find me on Instagram, it's just mysticlovetarot. And I'll see you all soon. Bye guys.